watch Pinups, Cool Cats, and Comics on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Hello, and welcome to another week of Pinups, Cool Cats, and Comics. I am Dennis, and Teresa is back.
I'm back. I don't know how many times we're going to do this where I'm gone and then I'm back again, but I'm back.
She likes to
for
tease.
now. For now. Well, you know what? I talked all that trash about the flu shot, and then I got the flu, so... You know, power of attraction, I get. Power of attraction.
Not going to say anything either way.
Speak of the devil appears. I'll leave it at that.
And we want to thank last week's guest, Jeff DeLuca. He was a lot of fun.
So upset I missed Jeff.
Well, the good thing is he's still going to be, man, I should have wrote down the name of the bar in Oceanside. V, if you remember, or you could post it, where his art's being displayed, I want to go down because she's going to be there from the 1st to the 31st.
Okay.
Last week's guest was an artist.
Okay.
And he has his artwork on display in the bar in Oceanside. So
oh, nice.
You can go there, and it's all different craft beers, and you can buy the
And he's really talented,
that might
too.
be it.
Yeah, it's like right off of Long Beach Road, maybe, Oceanside.
She said T. I thought she posted the
Hi,
name.
V. But he's a really talented artist.
Yes,
so.
and he knew his comics, too, so it was a fun discussion. So if you missed that, since we're talking to already, this is our guest this week, Margot Phillips.
Hi, how are you?
Also, we want to, Cyclone's back. This is his second week back. He had a little rough time, too, as you know.
It's been a rough year, a rough winter for everybody. Everybody I know has been through some kind of illness. So.
In the Cage of Cyclone was a show right before ours, and he had his illness first, actually. He was out for a few weeks, came back, went out again, and he was injured.
Like the flu, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a rough year, like
for,
you said,
everyone.
But check his show out. He talks about all the different fighting sports, and it's good to watch and share us, obviously. And that pretty much sums up last week. We'll get into the sponsor, and then we'll get into the show. Sound good?
Sounds good.
So Kayla Logistics, with someone you're familiar with, Frank Zambuto.
Best guy I know.
And Kayla Logistics, where your business is our priority. Moving products you use every day across the country and around the world. Contact Frank Zambuto for all of your domestic and international logistic projects. Frank has over 20 years experience working with many name brand companies in the apparel, cosmetics, as seen on TV, and electronic industries. For trucking, air, and ocean cargo on all 7 continents, all you need is one solution. To all Cool Cat listeners, just mention our show, and Frank will offer a free cost and transit time analysis for all your cargo. When cost and time matter, we deliver. Frank Zambuto and Kayla Logistics, where your business is our priority. And you can reach Frank at his direct line at 347-536-3933. And you can email him at frank@kaylalogistics.com. It's a crazy world out there right now with all the different trade deals going on, the different tariffs. It's not crazy for Frank. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
As you know,
he's a good businessman.
He's very good at what he
very
does.
Very friendly, very knowledgeable.
Yes, so definitely
super
give him
amazing.
a call. So here we are, another week of Pinups, Cool Cats, and Comics. I don't know if you want to give us a brief rundown of what you've been through.
I don't know if I have the time. We only have an hour. So.
That's true. It's been rough.
It has, but you know, it could be worse. So we'll leave it at that.
But you're back on track.
I'm back on track. Hopefully,
get,
this is the last time that I have to say I'm back. Hopefully, I'm just back. But never say never, because I thought that like 2 months ago. So, we'll see what happens.
And as far as Margot goes, I know you are a multi-talented person. You're a bartender.
I like slinging the drinks.
Done some acting.
Uh-huh.
I called you a firefighter, but I was wrong.
It's an emergency medical technician. People are very picky about their titles and whatnot, but I'm an emergency medical technician with the New York City Fire Department. I'm also a hazardous materials technician. I've done some instructing, teaching. I've gone across the country for some schools, for FEMA and stuff like that. So it's a very rewarding job, and I absolutely love it.
That's cool.
Yeah, we like to do a lot of giving back as well. So one of the things that we are doing that gives back is the FDNY Foundation. So we have a calendar that we've been doing, and it used to be just men. And then about 3 years ago, they did a dual calendar, which was really, really awesome. So this is the third one. There was a 2017, 2018, and the newest 2019. This is Kristen Bernard, who's on the front cover. She's an awesome girl. I am Miss March, which is my
fitting when
favorite.
you do
Perfect.
that.
Yeah.
On our first Monday in March, we
Yes,
have Miss March. Can't beat
perfect.
that.
Yeah, I actually ran into the guy who did our photography, and he was talking to me in the at our headquarters, and he's like, "I think you're September," and I was like, "I'm the only redhead." I was like, "You're gonna put me in September?" And he's like, "You're right." And then the next thing I knew, like we didn't get our months yet, and he turned around to me, he called me, and he's like, "I made sure you were March." And I was like,
Yes, that's
I was like,
awesome.
favorite, St. Patrick's Day is one of my favorites. So this is one of them, or this is my pinup with all the tattoos. But so the Calendar of Heroes, the 2019 official Calendar of Heroes, all the proceeds go to the fallen firefighters and families of fallen
That's awesome.
firefighters. Also to preserve our museum, which is really, really great. It's in Manhattan, Lower Manhattan.
That's awesome.
On the west side. You can buy the calendar online. Just Google FDNY Calendar 2019 Calendar of Heroes. We did a lot of publicity. One of the things that we did was Times Square, and we did Fox 5 back in like June and July, and that was really cool. Everyone in this calendar is super amazing, super nice people, super humble, and we also got to do the Intrepid, which is really cool. You know,
nice.
yeah, on the west side. It was really cool because my uncle is like the head of the union for the Intrepid, and he served on it. So he met me there, and I got to like see him, and he was able to be there for it. So it was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be involved in. They, like I said, they have a men's side, which is 12 men. And then they have the women's side, which is the 12 women.
That's really cool how they
okay,
do
now
that.
I understand what you said. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
so
really
it's a
cool.
dual
I
one.
thought you meant the alternated months or something.
No, all the girls get their own month, all the boys get their own month, so that
Great
way,
idea.
so that
That's
way
a
nobody
really good idea.
complains. Everyone gets a fair shot.
Right.
So, but yeah, you can definitely buy these. Very cool.
That's cool.
Joe Romeo on the cover of the men's. He's another great guy too. Super amazing firefighter, very humble. But yeah, I appreciate you guys having me here. It's super
Thanks
great.
for coming.
It was
This
a really
is-
cool show.
I'm really glad that I was here and
Yeah.
to be able to get to meet you. I've heard so many wonderful things about you from both Frankie and his wife.
Sarah is one of my
yeah.
favorite people in the whole entire world.
That-
She's like absolutely hands down the sweetest person.
Yeah.
When I tell you like I have nothing bad to say about that woman, and I would smite anybody who does. Like it literally.
Yeah,
She is.
an amazing
She's
person.
great.
She is, and she's super genuine, super sweet. Me and her went for a bike ride on the boardwalk yesterday because there was thankfully some good weather. There was a break.
nice,
It was
yeah.
nice. So me and her did that, and then she started a new job today, which was great. So we were chatting a little bit back and forth. But Frankie, also a great guy. When I went into Bricks, I mean, you work at RC Dugan, so we have a little bit of a connection, which is super cool. But yeah, when I walked in and I got the job, and you know, Richie was really super nice, and
I
Frank
love
came in,
Richie.
and Sarah came in, and two of our other neighbors. So I mean, I love it. I love being behind the stick. I don't know about you. It's nice to just get to like know people
you know,
and talk.
I've done it. I've been bartending 10 years. You said you've been bartending a long time too.
Yeah, same.
So I love getting to know people. I love talking with people. I love, you know, even the negative side of it of like people watching and watching
Oh,
other
yeah.
you know, like I love every aspect of
Absolutely.
it.
And then you can even like interject, and like you and whomever you're bartending with can like make up your own stories about like dumb blind dates and like how it goes. It's super, super awesome.
People watching, I think, is the best part of the job.
Of course.
I actually like interjecting in conversation. Like I'll be like, I wasn't eavesdropping, but and
I-
then, like
all the time, favorite line.
The time. I remember this one time when I was working at another bar. It was a much smaller bar than Dugan, so I really got to listen in and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I thought this girl was on a first date. You could feel the awkward tension, but there was like that little bit of flirting.
Yeah.
They leave. She comes back with a girl, and I was like, weren't you just on a date? Apparently it was like an ex-boyfriend. She starts giving me their life story. I tell her how me and my husband got together. She starts crying. It was one of those like,
Oh my
I felt like
God.
I was in like a rom-com. Like
Yeah,
it was,
yeah,
but that's one of
absolutely.
my favorite parts of the job. That's what keeps me doing it, you know? Like
you get to
those
see.
weird moments and the craziness.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I want to say hi to Frank. We were talking about him before. I see he just sent me a text of the picture of the show, so obviously he's watching.
Hi guys.
Most likely he's at
What's
the Irish
up?
pub because he's been shooting darts for them on Monday nights.
Oh, that's right.
Nice.
That's right.
So all of the Irish pub might be watching us right now. So I want to say hi to them, to
Hi, Sean.
Shots for you. Bye.
Sean. Sean's a great guy, and he's owned the Irish pub for a little while now, and they've been really looking to expand. And we're going to be
Yeah.
doing our comedy show there a comedy show.
Very cool.
I got him and John Butera together, so
Okay.
we're going to be doing a comedy night there on April 3rd, which is a Wednesday, and I will be there as well.
Oh, awesome.
So
That's really cool.
if you're free on
When was it again?
April 3rd.
April 3rd. Okay. I'll definitely check it out.
So win tonight, guys.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, yeah, he's listening. He just wrote shots. And V wrote yum. What was the yum side? Was it this side or this side? It better be this side. No, just kidding. But yeah, I give you guys credit. I go to the city for comedy and stuff like that, and I hate even walking there. I don't know how, it's bad enough the cops get around. I don't know how the fire department gets around in the trucks or the ambulances. I give you guys a lot of credit because that would drive me nuts.
It's we go through like vigorous training with driving the trucks and whatnot, and like you have to always be on point because people just don't pay attention. And I worked in Harlem in the Heights. I've been on the job now 8 years. I just celebrated 8 years in February. So I started in Harlem in the Heights, which was super amazing because it's all like Manhattan-based grid. But then when I went to the Lower East Side, and it was like small streets, one way, and like with a truck that big, like 16 feet, like you're kind of like, oh my god, like.
And people double park.
Yeah.
All the time, and people just don't have like sometimes they don't have common courtesy, and you have to kind of make your way. So EMS is adapt and overcome, definitely.
And I feel like for an already stressful job, that's so much more stress.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like,
you have people who like you're responding to a job and you're parking the ambulance and you're going to a cardiac arrest, an asthma, diff breather, like anything like that, and somebody would be behind you like honking their horn like I have to go somewhere, and I'm like, you can back up the other way because I have an emergency, like I have a job to do, and you would get lip from them, and it's really sad because if it was their family member, they'd be like, why aren't you hurrying? Why aren't you hurrying? So people don't really understand how stressful it can be, especially when we do have really bad jobs and you're trying to console family, and some people don't take it very well, and so it's very. The next time you see a firefighter, EMS, cop, just thank them, say thank you, because
Remember, they're there trying to save somebody's life,
Absolutely.
and you're worried about getting a Starbucks or
Yeah.
something. Come on, priorities, people.
It's a great job. I really do love it. It's very rewarding. You ask anybody who's been doing it for, who's just doing it because they're doing it because they love it, because they want to do it, because they want to help people. So if you talk to anybody, they'll tell you, it's very rewarding and it's very fruitful. So I'm lucky that I started with it when I did. I started volleying in Amityville in 2007, and I was able to get my EMT through them, and I went to Veebs over in East Meadow. And then it went from there. I got onto the job in 2011, and then I went hazardous materials, HazTac, which is like a 40-hour class that teaches you all about, different hazards in the city, whether it be gas leaks, anything like that. And then I was in the Lower East Side, and then again, I taught for a while. Now I'm in the Rockaways, which is right by the beach, so there's like a lot of different jobs. There's a lot of drowning, so it's always different, and that's what I love about it. Like, I'm going to school to be a nurse right now, too. However, I kind of like the thrill of being on the truck, You get to see different things, so it's definitely a good job. It's definitely, like I said, rewarding.
now, when you become a nurse, can you still...
Yeah, absolutely. You can still be on the truck. It's really good, too, because it's good experience, because I plan on doing, like, trauma. Trauma is, like, one of my favorite things. And that really helps you, think on your feet and in different ways. And, you can stomach more things than the average person, so.
Now, is it something you always wanted to do, or just kind of fell into it?
So, yeah, it's kind of something that I've always wanted to do. My father was a lifeguard for the town of Babylon, retired with like 46 years. I've been a lifeguard for the last 18 years. Shout out to town of Babylon. You know who you are.
Or if you know my cousins.
Who?
The Appels.
I may. Where did they?
They were lifeguards for Babylon.
Babylon Village Pool or like Phelps
Beach.
Lane?
I don't know. I grew up in Nassau, so what I know is they were lifeguards in Babylon.
I probably do know them. They probably know my father. My father was a captain for a while, so they probably do. But it's like a big, there's Gilgo Beach, there's Cedar Beach, there's Oak Beach, Venetian Shores, Tanner Park. Then you have like all of the town pools, Phelps Lane. So there's like a good amount of people, probably like 150 kids. So I mean, I've been doing it for so long. I'm secluded at Venetian Shores. It's kind of like a retirement home. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm almost done with that. But my dad was on that for the longest time, and he was a health teacher for North Babylon, and he used to videotape, remember the show Rescue 911, like from years ago, like old school, where they followed like volleys around. So he would watch that, and I'd watch that with him, and that was basically it. Like, so from when I was like 7, 8 or 9, like around that area. Cool. So it was a lot of fun.
I love that.
Before I forget, V, want to give her a little shout out too. She just won the chili contest at Harley. She's entering another chili contest at the Irish Pub this Sunday.
Awesome.
So come down and vote for her. What does that start at 12, V? If you want to give me the times.
Me and my friend were just talking about chili.
So
it's
if you're
great
not doing
weather for
anything
that.
Sunday, go down to the Irish Pub. It should be a good time.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's great weather for chili.
Perfect.
It's $20 and it gets you a pitcher of beer.
Okay.
And then you get to taste all the chilies. So
that's a really good
pretty
deal.
good deal, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Frank, we're going to. Frank said to mention your sister's restaurant out east. Oh, 2 to 5. No, well, you can get there at 12 if you want, but the chili cook-off is 2 to 5. So your sister's restaurant.
Oh, okay. So thanks, Frank. My sister owns a restaurant out east. It's called First and South. She's been open since 2011. Big shout out to Sarah Phillips Loth. She's been doing it. She helped open the Argyle Grill in Babylon as well as Barrique. She's very good friends with them. She worked out in Fire Island for years, so she's very knowledgeable. She's a wine connoisseur. Right now they're actually closed. They just closed yesterday for like about a month to do some revamping, but they'll be open again April 4th, I believe. But if you ever make your way out to Greenport, which is like her hashtag is like make your way, super amazing. Yeah. My mom lives out there with her. It's really nice. It's out in wine country.
Greenport's one of my favorite places.
Yeah. Where do you like to go out there?
Anywhere. I'm big in antiquing.
Oh, okay.
So
awesome.
like for my birthday, every year with my parents, we go out there and we go somewhere new for lunch every year and go.
That's
There's
awesome.
Great antiquing out there.
Oh my God,
and I just like to the drive alone is beautiful.
It's funny that you say that.
I brought my daughter last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been on the carousels with her and everything?
Hell yeah. And she's really little, but she still was like, loving it.
Right,
so next year she'll be almost 2 and definitely get to experience it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The Maritime Festival, which is in September, is really fun, especially for little kids. They have the Mermaid Parade and stuff like that, so you should definitely check that out.
Look into that.
There's a gala that my sister hosts and whatnot. All the restaurants and stores, they all come in with a table. There's a huge auction, so it's a lot of fun.
Sounds
That's awesome.
It's definitely a great time. One of my best friends who's with me today, actually, Katie, she manages this place in Greenport as well. It's called Little Creek Oyster Farm. It's where the old school bait shop is, by the park.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a really great spot too. Lucharitos is really good. The taco spot, 1943 pizza place is great. There's a place out there called Bricks and Rye, which is funny because I always get bricks and rye, bricks and barley mixed up. But they're great. They're an old school saloon.
I've been to the taco place. They're amazing.
Yeah, super good.
And I always go to the Blue Duck Bakery.
Yep. Oh my God, it's so good.
I'm gonna have to head out there.
It's always a really fun day, especially because my birthday's in early July.
Oh, awesome.
So, we hit all the stands on the way, get cherries, and it's just a lot of fun. Definitely check it out.
It's great to have a birthday during the summer out there. I'm May, so I'm kind of on the cusp. It's never super warm. I always try to go out there when it's May, but it's usually raining. But July is always a lot of fun out there.
I'm July 2nd, so if we go too close to July 4th, it's not fun for me, but as long as we go either before or significantly after.
Yeah,
because we made that mistake. I think we went on the 3rd one year, or no, we went on the 5th, and it was
insanity.
Super miserable for me.
There's no parking.
Yeah, it was just not fun.
Yeah. The jitney getting out there.
I was also
is
9
really
months
nice.
pregnant. 8 months pregnant. So I was
that's never
wanted
fun.
Nothing to do with the crowd and
the heat, everything.
Yeah.
I could only imagine. July 2nd's a good birthday. It's my mom's as well.
Really? Good. We're good people.
Yeah, cancers.
We're good people.
Good people.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
December 19th.
Nice. You're not bad either. Sagittarius. Woo woo.
So you work at Bricks and Barley on Fridays.
Yes, Friday nights. I'll be there this Sunday as well, and the following Sunday too. So super cool. I think we're trying. What?
No, I don't. I only work Friday nights now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just.
So I was going to say we should definitely go visit her.
I
as
would
well.
love to visit you.
I might cheat on you Friday. I'm
no, that's okay. I won't be mad at you.
I
won't be mad.
We
I won't
could
be
go
mad.
visit her on Friday.
I actually used to work for City Hall in Long Beach, and we got lunch almost every day at Bricks.
That's awesome.
And when I decided to leave, they gave me like a little party at Bricks, and I had such good memories there.
Yeah, it's really
Rich knows
great.
what he's doing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He really does.
I was actually there eating yesterday, which is funny because like some people are always like, oh, why do you go back to like where you eat? But like when you have an establishment that great and like the people are so nice and friendly and the environment's great, like of course you're gonna go there and eat.
Important for hospitality too. Like,
absolutely.
When you get along and when you like being there.
Yep.
That's
it's
so
huge.
important.
Yeah.
And people feel that. You know, your customers feel that.
She went to Dugan's and met Lily.
Yeah, so last Sunday there was a charity Nassau County, Suffolk County Police Department game at the Coliseum. So I went to go see a friend of mine play, and we ended up getting drinks there afterwards. And it was funny because I always hear Frank talk about it and you and whatnot, and I didn't put two and two together. And then I'm looking at the menu because of like the wing meter, and I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm like, I'm in an establishment that I like kind of work at as well, like, you know. And so I met Lily, and we were talking about you and everything, and the place looks great. I heard they just redid it, like super amazing. So it's really nice, and it was nice because it started to get really busy. Like everybody started to come in.
It's a lot of fun. I really like everybody I work with, and you know, just the energy is good. And I've experienced different days with everything going on in my personal life and the age of my daughters. That's just easier for me to just work the one day
Absolutely,
now.
yeah.
But especially I'm tired.
Yeah.
With I'm up early with my daughter, so but I got to experience different days, and different days you experience different customers. You know, because everybody has their day. It was always good.
Yep.
You know, and that's so important.
And it is because I had actually worked the Saturday night before I went in that Sunday, and so the DJ that works for you guys on Fridays was with me on Saturday.
Was it Joe or Bobby?
Joe.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Joe. Yeah, so I was talking to him, and he's like, oh, I work at RC Dugan's on Fridays, and he's like, it's super amazing, and I was like, and he killed it. Like the whole night, DJ was great. But
Joe's excellent.
Yeah, it's like a
Bobby's
hidden gem.
excellent too, but they're both very good.
Absolutely. It's a hidden gem because people don't really know that we have a DJ all the time. So Saturday nights we have a DJ, Friday night we have bands, great drink specials, like I'm sure you do as well. But yeah, and like you said, when people have certain days, they're still welcoming to like the different bartender, you know?
Totally.
So when I switch like a shift, like last week I switched Friday for Saturday, and everybody was still like super cool about it. And like now I'm gonna be working a couple Sundays, and you know, you just have a different crowd, and everybody gets treated the same, and the hospitality is great. But me and my friend were talking about how Richie does kill it, and he knows exactly what he's doing.
Brilliant.
You know, Frank and Anthony are all, you know, doing it there, because I was like looking around, and the Sunday it was so busy and it was so nice, and like you have so many different varieties of food, and like you can kill it like with the pizza and then like a steak.
Really appreciate the way that they run a business, because I've worked at so many bars and I've managed bars, and the owner or like the head manager was ruining something.
Yeah.
You know, so to work for somebody that knows what they're doing and is killing it, you know, it's nice.
Yeah, to have everybody on the same page.
Yes.
And kind of
like
have
good, you know, ideas and ideas that are successful.
Right.
It's very refreshing for me.
Absolutely.
So, you know, and I know a lot of people in the industry go through stuff like that. There's always something wrong, you know, whether it's, you know, lower management, higher management, the owner, you know,
the product, anything of that sort.
You know, the advertising or lack thereof, whatever it is, there's always a problem. And I feel like it's not like that here.
Yep.
And it's lovely.
Yeah. Everybody has a specific task, and they get it done, and they do it with pride, and they know exactly like where they're coming from. And again, everybody wants to be on the same page.
There was so much that I was impressed with when I first got the job that I was like, this is how it should be done.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And I wish other people would, you know, take notes.
Frank,
you know?
Frank's telling me to get a night off. I am off this Friday, so if you want to go down to Bricks, V said she was never there. She definitely wants to go.
V, you're never there.
And what I like about it is, you know, you go to a place, oh, you got to go there and have this.
Yeah.
Like everyone has a special. Bricks, there is no this. It's everything.
Yep.
Everything's really good.
Absolutely.
And I was shocked by that. Because how do you have so many different types of food and nail all of it?
Right, and that's, yeah, like my friend was like, wait, is the pizza part like different? And I was like, no, like that's where the pizza's coming out of. And like they're so good and accommodating. Like I got the grandma meatball and like the classic old world style yesterday as opposed to just like the regular. And it was, excuse my French, it was the tits. It was amazing.
Yes.
Like it was super good.
The setup there is perfect too because you had the restaurant side.
Yeah.
Which is a sit-down, nice place with the band and everything. And then attached to it is like the little pizza ice cream place.
Yep.
Which is
So it's the
smart.
best of both worlds.
Yep.
It's perfect for Long Beach.
Yeah,
I don't know whose idea that was. If that was
absolutely.
Richie's. It just shows how
Yeah.
much of a genius he is.
And they have like separate
And they deliver, right?
Separate
They have a
entrances,
pizza
delivery.
delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I
whenever
mean-
I get there and I get
Excuse
into the screen and I see all the tickets that are open, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, this place is insane. Like it's so crazy because they do high volumes, whether it be a Friday, Saturday, a Sunday, a Monday, or a Wednesday. Every night is a different like special, so that's good. That's what you should have.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially because there is so many different specific places in Long Beach for him to have like almost everything in one spot where he does have like raw, like somewhat raw seafood, or he did have it at one point, like the mussels and stuff like that too, and then pizza, and then steak, and then chicken, and tacos, you know, so he has everything together, so.
Well, like when I was working for City Hall, we had so many options, but we always went back to the same spot.
Right.
And there's a reason why.
Yeah.
We always went back to the same
And
spot.
going back to what you were saying, a lot of people don't like to eat where they work because you get sick of it.
Right.
You know, the same food all the time. There, it's hard to get sick of it.
It really is. I like wait to go into work and eat. I'm like, I'm gonna go in and eat before my shift and hang out. So that way I'm all yummy.
Thanks,
and-
Frank. He said I look 10 times hotter sitting between two redheads. That's because no one's looking at me. I'm looking at them.
Ask him how he's doing at darts. Focus more on the
Yeah.
darts.
Are you
all right?
winning? Are you guys winning? Fill us in. Let us know. It's a little delay, so it might take a minute before he tells us. But
Are you guys doing anything special for St. Patrick's Day? Is this like
It's
a
going
good
to be the
month for you
first
guys?
St. Patrick's Day that I haven't bartended in a long time.
I
Really?
have to look. I'm not sure if I'm working or not.
Yeah.
'Cause I work a lot. And
Yeah.
rotating shifts. You understand.
I preach.
I don't have to.
Are you gonna be
explain
working?
anything to you.
Yes. So I know that I'm going to march during the day. So I believe
Cool.
it's on Saturday this year in the city because due to a Catholic crisis, you can't have a Catholic holiday or parade on a Sunday. So they're doing it on a Saturday. So I'm going to be marching, and then I'll be in work that night. And then I believe I'm going to be bartending the next night. Or the next day, Sunday. But I love it. You get to march and you get to hang out, and it's really cool to march down Fifth Avenue. I didn't do it the last 2 years, but I did it like for 4 years in a row, and it's cool. You have like people from everywhere. It's actually how my cousin met his wife, which was really cool. She was
that's awesome.
she was here on holiday from Germany, and he was in County Tyrone pipe bands, and they met, and 5 years later they're married.
Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
Frank won at 5:01, so keep winning.
Good job,
Good job.
Frank.
Go Irish pub. Now, you've done other stuff too. I know you were telling me earlier you were in commercials.
Yeah. So me and my sister both grew up doing commercials. My mom got us into it when we were like super young, which is a sad day because my sister was actually on SNL years and years and years ago, and Luke Perry was the host.
Yeah, I was going to
And
bring that up later too.
Rest in peace, Luke Perry, 90210. I mean, we all know. We grew up with it.
Riverdale,
Yeah,
the new,
of course.
Oh my God, I was so sad.
Yep. So
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
yeah.
Underrated role. Like, he was
I
great
agree.
in it.
I agree.
He
Really
was.
was
He
very
definitely
funny.
was. He was an underrated actor.
Yeah.
He definitely brought a very big presence to everything he did.
You know, I was never a big fan of 90210, but I got into Riverdale, and he was awesome.
Yeah.
And they just announced that they were doing coming back with 90210.
Yeah,
too.
the day he had a
Yeah,
stroke.
they did,
He
yeah.
was coming back on Riverdale, and he had a lot of stuff lined up.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's
You
crazy.
know.
Life is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes what you do, when you're younger, it catches up with you, and that's a really sad thing. People have to
That's
take
a
care
very true
more of your
statement.
bodies. Take care of your bodies. Work out. Eat
He
right.
said it, Pike. Yeah, she
Water.
remembers.
Yeah.
But again, he looked like a guy that was in shape. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what type of history he had, if he was drinking or doing drugs or anything.
Yeah.
But being in shape is not always it too. It's just sometimes it just
Oh,
gets
no,
these
I
people,
know.
and it's
Yeah.
a shame because he was very young. And
Yep.
Yeah.
It hits harder when it's your generation starting to die off.
Yep.
I mean, it's one thing when you have someone ODing on drugs or whatever, because regardless of whether it was a choice, that was manufactured. It wasn't like a heart attack or a stroke or something like that that you can't control.
Right.
Well, maybe there's some ways to control it, but you understand what I'm saying.
Absolutely,
it was just a freak thing that,
when I feel like
the guy from Prodigy died today, too.
Yes, yeah.
I think he took his life, right? That's what they're stating as of right now.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are starting to do that, and
it's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
maybe
don't do
it's
that.
time for a PSA because someone seems happy. Don't take that for granted because usually they're the ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because again, man, I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names. I should write it down. The comedian that just passed away too. Comedians, actors, people like that. You know, they seem like they have everything going for them, and they're usually the ones that are depressed.
Yeah.
I mean, look at someone like Robin Williams.
Absolutely.
Does he look like a depressed guy?
No.
But he was. And, you know, maybe keep an eye out on your friends. Not the ones that are the woe is me, but the ones who seem happy. Check in on them once in a while. Make sure they really are.
And if someone says that they're depressed, take them seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
Say,
nothing.
take them
it's nothing
seriously.
to mess around with.
Yeah, don't brush it off, because
It's a term that's used lightly a lot of times, but again, don't take it for granted just because someone's saying it.
And be there to listen. Don't try to give any advice if they're not looking for advice. Just kind of listen and be their shoulder to rely on.
I think
that means more than anything.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing in life is support.
Absolutely.
And
So I was gonna say, I think a lot of them just feel like they're the only ones. They're the only ones that know how they feel. They're the only ones going through problems. And sometimes it's good to know that someone else is going through it too.
You know, it's something that I deal with depression, and that having my husband who also gets it, the amount of support that he gave me before we even started dating, really made a huge positive impact, and a lot of why I'm still here today. So it's a serious thing, and
people blow up seasonal depression too, and
all the time.
It's a real thing. People get look at Seattle. It's
if
depressing
somebody's
over there.
going through something, you'll get through it. You know, it's so easy to brush it off.
Right.
When you don't know how deep the situation is.
Their thoughts are.
And it's so hard. It's so hard to open up about, being depressed because nobody wants to admit it, or they don't want to seem weak. That's a huge thing. It's so hard for someone to finally open up. When they do, for you to just be like, oh, piff, that makes it worse.
Yep.
It's
definitely something that should be taken seriously at all times.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Let's lighten up the topic again.
Yeah, back to happy things. Back to happy.
Something that needs to be discussed.
You had asked me,
sad,
we went off on the tangent with Luke Perry. But so I did an Oil of Olay commercial, like an internet-based commercial last year, which was really great because it was like empowering women. That age is just a number and doesn't really matter anything. They had like 12 women, one who had a baby at 40, which sometimes is unheard of, and she went through it. They talked about me being a strong firefighter, EMS. And then they had this one girl who was like 13 years old, who was a violinist, and how people were always telling her how to behave and how to talk because of her age and stuff like that. So age is just a number. Oil of Olay was a wonderful commercial that I did.
That's cool.
And then I just did recently another internet-based ad with like Weight Watchers, which really works. My aunt lost like a ton of weight on it. If anybody's looking to go that route, it works. My dad did it. I don't personally do that. I just work out. I kind of try to eat whatever I want. I'm a big donut person.
I love donuts.
You like donuts?
I have a sweet tooth like nobody's business.
Yeah?
I worked in catering, and my boss used to always
slide you cookies?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's the best boss. Shout out to that boss.
Yeah, she was the best.
I was going to say, comedian Anthony DiDomenico is very verbal about it. He actually has his own podcast specifically about Weight Watchers and what's done for him and how it's improved his life. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
And he looks great. I've seen his before and after pictures, and
tremendous difference.
Yeah, huge difference.
It's definitely good. It's always good to watch what you put into your body.
Yeah, I watch too much.
You're fine.
Now, your sister, you said she was on Saturday Night Live. Is she a comedian?
No, she did just some extra work, SNL. It was right around the time Michael Jackson did the We Are the World, and Chris Rock was like portraying him. So she got to meet like a really like the old school SNL cast, like Mike Myers. Yeah, when SNL was funny and not political. So Mike Myers, Luke Perry. My mom's gonna kill me if I don't remember who was the musical guest because my mom like freaked out about it. I think it was the Rolling Stones. And yeah.
That's something to freak out about.
Yeah, so my mom is like super excited about it. But my sister being 12 years old and like meeting Luke Perry at like the height of his career, like that was like her, like she went back to school and everyone was like, oh my God, you met Luke Perry, you know? So it was super cool. But yeah, we did commercials since we were like tiny. Like my first commercial I did was when I was 2. I did a Twix commercial, and my mom still has like the Oshkosh Bagosh like jumpsuit. So and I still talk to my agent. She actually just emailed me like a couple days ago about doing like a daughter-mother spot for TJ Maxx, but unfortunately with time differences, because like you don't have time, I don't have time, so it was definitely hard to get into the city, especially with my mom and my sister being out in Greenport too. But I mean, it's great, and anybody can really get into it. I mean, it's just a matter, like, if you took some headshots and send it in, I'm sure you can get your daughter into it. It's a lot of fun.
You know, I need to get to the point where I need an agent.
I've actually thought about it. My daughter is gorgeous and has these gorgeous big blue eyes, and she's very friendly and personable, loves to dance, loves people. But I don't know.
No, it's a good confidence builder.
You know, like I get
I'm telling you, it's a good confidence builder, and it makes her be assertive and assured of herself. It's funny because like as I got older, people are like, "Who do you think you are?" And like, right, like just because I'm a very outspoken person and like I know who I am and that's what I am, and it's not going to change for anybody. But that helped me growing up, is like being in front of people and like walking into a room like this and having, you know, 5 or 6 people behind a desk kind of like, okay, show me what you can do. And you're just like, oh, da 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 da. And they love that. They love charisma. They love attitude. They love this, whether you're 2 years old or 15 years old or 25 years old.
It's funny that you say all this though, because my daughter really lights up a room, you know? Like we went to my cousin's wedding and she is 18 months old and stole the show.
That's it.
I mean, like the DJ was like asking your name and saying your name. It's like, it's my cousin's wedding, and
you have trouble
you know,
on your hands.
like, oh, absolutely. But you know, I've thought about it.
Yeah. I mean, I can leave you with my agent's name because they specifically do like children too, and like I said, yeah, like I said,
what do you think, Tone?
Just don't put her in any sock commercials. Don't put her in any sock commercials. She'll be ripping them.
Oh, she hates socks.
Oh, really?
She has a thing, yeah. She does, and she won't wear socks, and you can't wear them either.
Oh, sorry. I'm bad with this.
But yeah, you're not allowed to wear socks either.
That's crazy.
She'll rip them off.
That's so funny.
No socks.
My dog steals my socks.
Which is funny because, like,
them.
I need warm feet. You know, I need socks.
How much do you bench?
Who has that?
Frank.
Frank. 80 pounds right now. I'm building it up. I'm trying at least. I've been working out a lot more recently. I mean, summer's right around the corner, right? And I like donuts, so you got to work out if you like food.
I got to get back in the gym. I really do.
I got to get in the gym, too.
I don't really have any reason anymore. I just make excuses like, oh, I'm tired. I'm just going to sit around and watch 3 episodes of Luke Cage, or, you know.
Sometimes you don't even need a gym. Like, I have ankle weights at home.
I try to do stuff with my daughter, but
yeah, you really don't. You could. Jen tells me all the time, just walk somewhere once in a while, or, you know, the stuff I could do at home. I'm lazy.
So, trust me, we all have our days, but just don't live there.
Yeah.
You know? You gotta kind of find yourself a little bit motivated.
Yeah.
But like when I have a dog, so I like have to walk my dog, you know, so that's a good thing to do. But I have ankle weights at home that I use a lot of the time. Like a lot of my friends know, like they follow my Instagram and like, you know, I give them things to do. A lot of people ask me like what they should and shouldn't do. I have 15-pound weights at home. I actually have a garage that like me and my roommates put like a squat rack in and stuff like that. I haven't been down there in a little bit, but like he uses it more than I do, but it's good. It's nice to get a good, like, I'm gonna be so weird and say swell right now, but once you get that energy and like that sweat and everything, you feel good about yourself.
It really does, and I know that, which bothers me more that I won't do it because I know I'll feel better.
Yeah.
You just gotta motivate yourself.
Yeah, it's just getting that motivation because I know that I would feel better, and like, you know, with like the pressure stuff that we were talking about before, it does help.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
you know?
I was just gonna say it releases the endorphins.
Yeah, it absolutely. I think when we were going to that class.
Yeah, I felt great.
I felt great. Yeah.
What class were you guys going to?
I don't know how to explain it.
It was a Top Gun karate who also teaches Krav Maga, but we weren't learning Krav Maga, but it was like one of those.
Like
workout,
Monday, it was
like cardio, kickboxing type thing, but it was like that with Krav Maga.
Okay.
It was very cool, and it was like Monday, it was like cardio, and then Wednesday was weights, and then Friday was kickboxing and stuff.
Yeah,
and
more strikes.
and I remember the first time we went. I remember I went home and I showered and my whole body was just shaking. Really, I was like, I felt like knocked out, because I bartended at the time Sunday night, so I got home at like 4. We were up at the place by like 7.
Yeah, I would get home from work, shower, pick her up, no sleep.
Yeah.
And by the end of the class, you felt like you wanted to die. You would just lay down on the mat.
But by like the second, third week,
by
the second or third week, I was like, all right, like really. And at the time, I was actively modeling, so I felt like I was the shit. Like I thought that I was like hot as hell. I felt great. I've never looked better in my life. And then we got off the track real quick.
Yeah.
It happens, and you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Like 3 weeks ago, I was off the track too. Like that whole school, I had a spring break with school, and I was like, I'm gonna work out every day in my home gym and blah blah blah, and I didn't. And then I went back to work, and I was like, I have to work out, and I have to do it, and I forced myself. And like all last week, like even tonight, I'm going into work, and I'm gonna go, and get a quick little gym workout in before I have to get on the truck. But it's good to just do it every once in a while, or even like a nice run around the block or something, just to like release, not even like your endorphins to try and get better, like to clear your mind too. It really, really is a good thing.
I think the worst part for me about this winter is I've been really stuck in my apartment. It's just been me and my daughter, and I could tell that even at her age, she's getting like cabin fever too. Like really going crazy. I can't wait for the spring just to start, because we live right by the water.
Okay.
Just start taking walks and showing her the water and just get the hell out of the house.
Absolutely.
That little bit of activity.
Yeah.
Makes a huge difference.
Yeah, like I said, me and Sarah, Frank's wife, we were on the boardwalk yesterday, and it was super nice, and like everyone was out because it was a really nice day.
Yesterday was so confusing because it was gorgeous all day, and then it was like that
at night. It got like weird.
That really horrible snowstorm.
So many inches.
Killed me. Your post this morning killed me.
I don't know if you saw it. I took a picture of the little snow that we had.
Oh yes,
I said
I did.
If this is 6 to 8 inches, I've been severely underestimating myself.
It's ridiculous.
We discussed this before, and I've discussed it in my comedy. But the news does everything just to scare people. Like, oh my God, this is gonna be the worst storm.
Yep.
But they were predicting 6 to 8 inches.
I know.
We live in New York.
My husband was being like, all right, I'm working from home tomorrow. Like he was getting ready, and then it was like I woke up, I looked out the window, and like the streets were completely clear. There was like a dusting on the lawn.
But even if we had 8 inches of snow, so what? It's not the end of the world. We live in the Northeast. People up in Canada must laugh at us. Like, these New Yorkers, they say they're tough, but they're a bunch of wusses.
Listen, I used to date a Marine, and he lived in North Carolina, and I went to visit him. I think it was right after the holidays, and they had snow, and it was like a catastrophe.
That I can understand. They're not used to it.
But when I tell you it was less than what we got today, it was like a cloud just went, puh, and that was it.
Texas, when they got
and they treated it like.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up.
Texas got an inch of snow, and they shut everything down. They didn't know what to do. They had no plows. They had no salters or sanders. They're like, what do we do?
It's crazy.
But yet everybody drives pickup trucks down there. Come on. And that's what I was saying to you before. It's funny. We got along in rear-wheel drive cars that had no traction. You had to put like sandbags and stuff in the trunk to try to get traction. We made it to work. We made it to school. Schools should be open with no transportation. Colleges might have a delayed opening, but you still had to go. There was no work shut down. The post office never shut. Now all of a sudden there's a threat of snow and everything's closed.
Everything shuts down.
There's state of emergency. There's even been quite a few, not a lot, but there's been a few over the years of where they didn't even post office.
I was talking to Tony about it, and everybody's afraid of liability. I think a lot of it is liability. Nobody wants to be responsible, so they just shut everything down.
Yep. I said it was like all the car accidents.
I said that too when the schools were open. When we were young with no transportation, and all of a sudden they were closed all the time. I'm like, some kid had to die on the way to school.
See,
for this
something
to happen.
happened that created that.
But have the snow first. The weather has been proven. The more technology
but people
they
need
get,
to
the
know
more
now.
off they are.
Someone must have complained because so many people are so dependent on their jobs now and so dependent on finding a sitter. Yeah, right. That they need.
But we're in an age of instant.
I used to have the scroll of
you had to
News
wait
12, and you'd like sit there.
Yes,
and I went to Babylon, so if I missed the B's by like 1, I'd be like, shit.
Yeah, you had to wait for it to come around again. You had BAB, you used to get the Long Island school closings.
Yes.
And some schools would call the house and be like, hey, it's going to be delayed, it's going to be closed, it's early dismissal.
I never
whatever
had that.
it was.
I always just had to watch.
Yeah.
News 12.
You would just sit there and you'd be like,
They actually had on the rotary phone. Yeah, don't come to school today. But we never really closed. But again, wait for something. They're always wrong. They've proven that. And what's their module? We're expecting 6 to 8 inches, but if it goes this way, we'll get nothing, and if it goes that way, we'll get 4 feet. They don't know what's going on. So wait till something happens, and then say, you know what? Then make the game call. And yes, I understand people got to get babysitters and stuff like that, but all right, maybe there were stay-at-home moms more often then, so it was a little easier. But still, it's.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I'm friends with some weather people, Amy Freeze and
Really?
Rich Hoffman. Yeah.
We love
Rich,
Amy Freeze.
Yeah,
we watch
Amy,
it in the morning. It's like, what's going on? Put on Amy Freeze. She
Yep.
knows. So I'm
my
not
girl,
attacking you.
she's my
We
girl.
like you, but.
Yeah, but come on, like get it together, guys.
And it's not them. They're reporting what they're told.
No, of course.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they,
of course.
They get this big fancy turbocharged dual Doppler, and they still
Yeah.
have no idea what's going on because it's the weather. It's unpredictable.
Yep.
It was funny because yesterday, everything said something different. Like,
Yeah.
my mom watched News 12, and she called me in a panic and was just like, don't come over tomorrow. Everything's shutting down, big snow. And then my husband was like, there's not going to be any snow. And then
Yeah.
what my phone said, it was, the 2 to 3 inches or whatever.
Right.
So literally every source was different. So
I don't even check the weather. I used
Yeah,
to live with someone who used to ask their Alexa every day, like, what's the weather like today? And I'm kind of it was cool, but at the same time, I don't do that. Like, I don't check the weather or whatever. I walk outside, I'm like, all right, it's
raining.
it's raining, it's
Yeah.
snowing, it's cold, it's
Yeah.
warm. Like, what am I gonna wear? It's fine. I'll bring a jacket, whatnot. But
the only times that ever, because that's how I am, I
Yeah.
stopped believing in the weather pretty
It's-
much.
it's
you know.
ridiculous.
So the only time it kind of messed me up was when my husband called me and be like, do you have the windows open? It's 60 degrees outside. I'd be like, what are you talking about? It's middle of December. And then, then I have to shut
Yep.
the heat off
Yeah.
and pop the window
Absolutely.
open. But other than that, I don't pay any attention to.
I don't either.
I don't watch the Weather Channel. I don't. The only time I ever really watched the Weather Channel was the Doppler. It was when I was lifeguarding and we were trying to see the storm that was coming in, so we could determine whether or not we were how long we were going to be closed for. On that
makes
hot
sense.
July day when you're all you need is a little bit of rain, and then so that's the only time I ever really watched it. But what you were saying with your mom, how she was don't come over. My friend was coming from Greenport. We were getting massages and stuff today for her birthday, and she was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it because of the snow. And when I woke up this morning, I went outside on my deck, and I was like, she better get her butt here. I was like, this is ridiculous, this whole snow thing, because it's been like this for the whole week.
Yeah.
I remember
yeah.
I was at work a couple days ago, and same thing. We went into this certain phase where you got mandated, if the person who was supposed to come in couldn't make it in, so you were working, more than 16 hours or whatever, and it was light dusting, and
Yeah.
everybody freaked out.
That's the thing too. Most people on my job have four-wheel drive,
Right.
all-wheel drive. It's
Jeeps
it's
all the
snow,
way.
I can't come in. Come on, you get this
You know,
huge truck.
The thing with
I'm
it
getting there in my
too,
car. You can get there.
it seems like it's snowing really hard, and it seems like it's going to be a lot, and then either the next day or even sometimes in a few hours, it's gone.
Yeah.
I drove
changes to
home
rain.
Friday morning. It was 4:30, 4:45 in the morning, and I was scared. I'm sitting there driving home, and it was bad. And
Right.
then I parked in my driveway, which I never do because I rent.
Right.
And then I woke up the next morning, and there's nothing there.
Yep.
Nothing there. And my husband was like, I knew it was pretty bad because you parked in the driveway, but nothing was going on
Yep.
when, we woke up this morning.
The time we came home after visiting Sarah in the Camaro.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
come on, that guy's going too slow. It's
I
not that
thought-
bad. I'm like, yeah, actually it is. It was, see, because snow isn't bad. It's ice. That's
Absolutely,
it.
yeah.
Most cars will make it through the snow with no problem.
Right.
Unless it's it is 40
Yeah,
inches.
yeah.
But, yeah, it was very icy that night, and I ended up getting stuck right after I chopped you off.
It's super scary with that too, because some people don't know how to drive and are very nervous, so they make everybody else nervous, and you kind of have to really be
I
on
love
guard.
Camaros, but they are the worst cars to drive in the snow. I had two bad experiences with the IROC leaving billiards. It wasn't supposed to snow that night.
Yeah.
I had that. It snowed and it got very slippery. And just every time a little bit on the gas, it would slide one way or the other. Cop pulled up next to me and laughed at me and took off. I'm like, and then when we went out, what was it, Patchogue or whatever? We went out?
Patchogue. We were out there.
It wasn't supposed to be that bad, and
My
it got
God.
bad.
It got
and
very
I had
bad.
a new Camaro, 2010 Camaro,
Yeah.
which was great in the rain. So I was like, I'll be fine in the snow. After I dropped her off, I was driving, America. It was something where there was a little overpass for the parkway, and it
Okay.
went, and get stuck there. and ties me to spinning. I couldn't go back. I couldn't go forward.
Oh, no.
So finally, I was like, let me just cut the wheel and try to do a donut so I could face the other way. And then finally it started moving. But all these cars are coming up the parkway past me, looking at me like, what's wrong with you?
And it gets scary, yeah.
And I know how to drive in the snow, and I couldn't get out.
I took the long way home, which is, I go through Belmore and I get to Sunrise Highway. And there was like a big random bus at 5 o'clock in the morning that I just followed the whole time.
Yep. You're like in those tracks.
Yeah.
That's like when they say like when you're like not snowshoeing, but like if you're like go through somebody else's tracks.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Yes.
So that way you don't get stuck, or you know like if that's going to be like a snowdrift or something like that. So pretty crazy.
We are running out of time, so I want to do something I don't do enough. I want to promote myself. I got some big gigs coming up. March 23rd, I'm at the Loft in Belmore. It is a contest, so I would definitely like to see a lot of people there helping me out. March 30th, I should be at Governor's. I got to find out for that. There's 2 shows, a 7:30 and a 10. I know I should be on the 7:30. I might be on both. It depends on how many people are coming, so I need to know. And of course, like I said, April 3rd at the Irish Pub. Don't forget to watch In the Cage with Cyclone. He's on every Monday night right before us. What else did I need to push? Oh, V's Chili. Come down and vote for her on Sunday at the Irish Pub starting at 2 o'clock. Anything else we need to put? You on Friday nights at Dugan's.
Yep.
And of course, you're at Bricks and Barley.
Friday nights, Sundays. Also, we might be doing St. Patrick's Day, like Sunday the 17th, like a Kegs and Eggs.
Cool.
At Bricks and
Nice.
Barley.
I hope I'm
It's
all-
still
I'd love to do
cool.
that.
It's still in the works. And also March 30th at Bricks and Barley, they have the wing eating contest. It's $50 to get in. I'm doing it. I love wings. And their wings are, I think, keto and gluten-free friendly. So get in there. They're grilled. They're awesome. And they have like 100 flavors or like 20. I exaggerated that number. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for having me.
Get the
you
calendar.
for-
You said-
FDNY
calendar.
Foundation. Go buy your calendar, and then you can get it signed by me and some of the other people.
You said you could Google how to get that?
You can go on FDNY Foundation or Google the 2019 Calendars of Heroes. You can also check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and they'll update you. And you can also just check out, the life-saving tactics of wonderful people.
And next week we will have Joel Elfman, who is a hypnotist. Hopefully he can hypnotize me to being rich. See if that's possible. But definitely, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Amazing.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And thanks, Frank and Sarah, for hooking it up as
Yes,
well.
I hope you get Frank. Let us know if you're still winning or not. And thanks again to Frank. Definitely, Kayla Logistics. We'll go through a quick live read one more time. Kayla Logistics, where your business is our priority. Moving products you use every day across the country and around the world. Contact Frank Zambuto for all of your domestic and international logistic projects. Frank has over 20 years' experience working with many name brand companies in the apparel, cosmetics, as seen on TV, and electronic industries for trucking, air, and ocean cargo on all 7 continents. All you need is one solution. To all CoolCat listeners, just mention our show, and Frank will offer a free cost and transit time analysis for all your cargo. When cost and time matter, we deliver. Frank Zambuto, Kayla Logistics, where your business is our priority, and you can reach him directly at 347-536-3933, or email him at frank@kaylalogistics.com. Thank you, and we will see you next week.